A down tilt, abbreviated D-tilt, officially called a strong down, is a tilt performed by any character by holding the control stick lightly down and pressing the attack button while on the ground, or crouching ahead of time and pressing the attack button. That's your generic Smash Wiki definition, right? But they end up being quite powerful in competitive play in Super Smash Bros. Melee. A down tilt is useful as it usually distorts your character's hurtbox, allowing them to be less susceptible to attacks, and it allows you to buffer a little bit of ASDI down for counterattacks in your movement, as you're holding down. Down is good in Melee and Project M, as it allows you to potentially get a reversal opportunity on your opponent's hitboxes or negate a move's combo potential. The moves can have utility as a poking tool and neutral and advantage, a solid option at a CC and ASDI down, and with the right attributes, they can be a starter, extender, or finisher in a character's punish game as well. I wanted to rank all the down tilts in Melee. Shoutouts to r/SmashBros for coming up with this idea in the first place. However, mine will be relatively different. While the r/SmashBros list talks about how strong the move is relative to a character's kit, I will try and rank the moves alone, as well as how it manifests in the meta. Because it manifests on characters, it's going to be difficult to describe in detail without sharing how we see it currently. Bear with me though. Picture for a second that the character becomes another when using their down tilt. Like Kirby down tilt isn't just the sit box, but also Kirby becoming this little blip, you know? Feel free to engage, as people do with tier lists, as I'm sure I'm roundabout stuff. There's also different metrics based on what you value in a down tilt. And of course, tier lists rank things on a binary and cannot grasp the full scope of how complex some of these moves are. So, things I might keep in mind while ranking these down tilts are frame data, damage, and knockback angles, how safe and useful they are in neutral, how safe and useful they are in punish, and what hitbox distortion they come with. Let's go. First off, we have the do not function correct tier list. These moves are like negative on hit or have way too low knockback and damage to function correctly. We're putting Luigi down tilt here. The move is so garbage. Low range, low damage, negative on hit. Luigi gets decent distortion, but it doesn't matter because move sucks. Mario's is slightly better than Luigi's, but suffers from similar issues with low damage and range. I've managed to combo with this thing at like 150, but yeah, not so great. Moving on to the next tier, the niche tier. These down tilts are okay in really specific situations. Ice Climbers. Ice Climbers down tilt have disjoint, there's 2 of them and they do damage, but it's honestly weaker than most of the down tilts. Jigs has some amazing hurtbox distortion. Shoutouts to Jigs' crouch, avoiding most things, and also invalidating Sheik up close. But yeah, this down tilt is just not that good. Does not seem safe on shield, very laggy, and doesn't combo into anything. It is hard to think of this move outside of Jigs' relative kit too, and generally, Jigs doesn't even think of the tilts that don't combo into rest. Zelda's also doesn't do that much damage. It's got good distortion, and I believe it can combo with the higher percents. And within Zelda's kick, it is okay to throw them out with your 4-frame down smash. But overall, not a great tool compared to other down tilts. Bowser down tilt can kill sometimes. It does a bunch of damage, but it's laggy, and it always does the 2 hits. You cannot cancel after hit 1. If you could, it could be a useful pressure string, but you cannot, which makes it the laggiest down tilt in the game. Very niche. If you hit both, though, it does a clean 20% though, so that's cool. Dock is really weird in most situations and doesn't do anything at low and most mid percents. It can potentially set up for a tech chase or a stagger situation, but then if you're in the corner at the higher percents, it yeets your opponent off the stage. So that's pretty good. Still niche. The slow, disjointed combo starter tier. These take a while to start up and could potentially lead to a combo. The frame data for these moves looks similar, but they're just a little too weak relative to the general meta. While the frame data is the same, Link's is objectively better due to higher damage and range. With a slight modification though, a disjointed launcher can be extremely powerful, which we'll see later. Solid pokes. All of these have strong use cases as poking tools in neutral. When I say poke, I mean a move that can be thrown out to contest movement, take space, and damage your opponent. They may not net you a full combo though. It's really useful for conditioning and being safe. Kirby has good range and amazing distortion on his down tilt. It has the added benefit of making Kirby this ungrabbable pancake. Donkey Kong's is quick to throw out here and there. Both the Chews, I guess, have the same down tilt, really quick, plus distortion. These moves can add another option to the Chews kit, so they're not just naring across the stage. Nest down tilt can be a really solid tool in the scrapped, unless it's getting outspaced by another character's grab or CC option. Yeah, just all around good pokes. Okay combo starters. You're finally getting to the down tilts that actually do things, yay! Falcon and Ganon have decent down tilts. Both can pop up and lead to an aerial follow-up. That's That's it. That's all I really have to say about these. They're good. Next, we have Falco down tilt. I'm not really sure how to classify this because nothing really does what Falco down tilt does. It's a straight up kill move. It's pretty fast. While it would depend on the rest of your kit how useful this is, having a down tilt that just leads to a kill is really strong. You can use it at a crouch and CC and really hurt your opponents for spacing them safely. I think this is a philosophical take right here. Is it more important to have a down tilt that pokes or a down tilt that kills? I think I'd rather take a down tilt that kills, but depending on preference and kit, you might want the poke. Combo starter. This is the really, really good stuff. Up first, we have Sheik. Sheik has amazing distortion with this move, and it pops up perfectly for a follow-up. It's quick, it's spammable, everything you could want in a good down tilt. U2 has really strong range with this down tilt, and it pops up for a full combo. It's like if Pikachu down tilt led to a full combo. It's gnarly. Now here's the thing. Almost every down tilt we've covered is pretty susceptible to ASDI up close. For many of these down tilts to beat a CCing and ASDIing opponent, they require to space around them. Of the next three, all these moves do a lot of damage and have pretty good range distortion, and they knock out of CC and ASDI down at many percents. These moves are hell to deal with. Peach down tilt. This move distorts her hurt box pretty well, has low end lag, and pops up for a full combo at most percents versus the fast fallers and middleweights. The main problem this move has is that it's slow, 12 frames on startup. Besides that, it's incredibly powerful. There's just another downhold move that Peaches generally like more. A quick down tilt can lead to a couple of FC aerials and set up for a juggle or an edge guard continuation. Don't believe me? Watch Loud do this stuff. I hate this move with Sheik too. Ugh. Fox down tilt. Really quick and high range. While it does lack the utility versus true CC, it still ends up being a very solid poke. You can never really expect this move in Fox's kit because he's so fast, but it's quite good. It can call out dash dances and landings, as well as contest space in a way that isn't aerials. This move is especially good against characters like Marth and Sheik, who be grabbing a lot. However, it can be used as a cool combo extender as well. Samus down tilt. The quickest and most powerful of these down tilts, Samus down tilt is strong, and would combo characters really, really well if it wasn't on Samus, who struggles to combo most things. Frame 5, pretty big, does 14% and pops up perfectly. It is the second highest damaging down tilt in the game, which is beat only by Bowser down tilt, which almost doesn't count because it's slow and on Bowser. When used in conjunction with Crouch, this move just gives another reason to fear a crouching Samus. Disjointed combo starter tier. Here we have Game & Watch and Roy. They're both really solid. These low tiers put giant disjointed hitboxes in front of them that you cannot trade with that set up for their full combo. They're similar in a lot of ways. They both do the same damage. However, Game & Watch's is slightly quicker on startup, while Roy's has slightly less end lag. Even though it's close, I value the ability to move out on frame 20 of Roy's down tilt over the frame 26 for Game & Watch. If Marth had a Roy down tilt, he'd be the best character in the game. Easy. Speaking of Marth, best poke. Marth down tilt is oh so good. It's extremely fast, with Isaiah frames making it cancelable into the classic Marth dashback early. It is disjointed, with the tipper doing more damage. It provides good distortion, and it can play around CC with ease, making it, as Rishi says, the best poke in the modern meta. And I have to agree, most characters would love having this move on them. It just gives you such a good tool in neutral. There's an argument to be made though about whether it's better to have an amazing poke or a combo starter, which is why these last few are still all up for debate, in my opinion. But June, whose down tilt is better? At the top of the list, we have the down tilt Shine Spike, aka Yoshi's down tilt. In my opinion, Yoshi's down tilt is the best in Melee. The last few down tilts are amazing, don't get me wrong, but you slap this baby on anyone, and I mean anyone, you have a scary option on your hand. Yoshi's down tilt notably has set knockback and a crazy angle, meaning that it will send you the same way regardless of percent. And what way does it send? Off the stage, setting up for immediate edgeguard mix-ups. Granted, this can be Amsatect and it is less useful in the middle of the stage, but its built-in punish game makes it basically a down tilt Shine Spike. In a lot of ways, it's always going to be up for debate who has the best down tilt. And these are highly dependent on our current understanding of these characters' kits and the meta. But I hope this was an interesting foray into some iconic moves. Let me know what you think about moves in Melee in the comments below. Till next time, peace.